Hi, I'm Tony, and 11 years ago I left the UK to travel around the world. I spent the first 2 years travelling around Europe and down through Africa on my motorbike. Then I spent a year in Australia before heading into Southeast Asia with my bicycle. Now that the coronavirus restrictions have calmed down, I'm travelling around South America. Hi guys, just arrived at the edge of Cusco. I'm going to be staying in a Casa de Cyclistas here. So I need to cycle to there. It's around 11 kilometers, so let's get going. I was really surprised with the cycle paths in Cusco. It's the first city in South America that I've seen them in. The best thing was that they led me all the way from the edge of town to the old town. I managed to find a Casa de Cyclistas while I was on my way to Cusco. From my research, there are actually two. One is on the edge of town, while the one I'm staying at is more central. It's been around 2 months or so since I was in La Paz. Since then, I've been camping and staying in some really remote places, so I was really ready to meet some people and get a taste of city life. Not only was I tired, but my bike was pretty tired too. The mixture of dusty gravel roads, muddy dirt roads, and heading through so many river crossings had definitely left the bike in a tired state. So Cusco seemed like a great spot to clean the bike, do any repairs, and get hold of any parts that I might need. The Casa de Cyclistas was pretty basic, but to be fair, I don't have a lot of others to compare it with, as this is only the second one I've stayed at. There were only enough beds for 2 people, while there were actually 4 of us, so me and another guy had to sleep on the floor. The Casa de Cyclistas itself is actually a courtyard with a restaurant and a bar in it. The location gave us a great base to explore the city. Cusco was actually pretty impressive compared to the other towns and cities that I've visited. There's a beautiful square called the Plaza de Armas, with lots of old restaurants and cafes. There are a few alleys like this one, which are lined with old stone walls. Cusco is a tourist city and it's a popular starting point for a lot of different activities. Amazon tours, which is where I've just come from, plus a lot of hikes in the mountains to archaeological sites, including Machu Picchu, which is where I'm going next week. Before I left the Casa de Cyclistas, I made sure I cleaned up the bike and then I headed to a town called Urubamba. I'll be staying in Urubamba for around a month. This is so that I can catch up on a lot of little things that I've been putting off while I've been on the road, but also so that I can wait for a new part for my damaged drone. It should take around 2 to 4 weeks to get the part, so let's hope that it's not delayed. I'm also planning to use some of the time to look for some ways to earn money online while I'm travelling. If I don't get something lined up, I might end up working in Ecuador or Colombia for a few months before I continue. But I still have a good few months before I get to that point. For now, I'm just going to enjoy the mountain town of Urubamba and the surrounding areas, starting with Machu Picchu next week. Thank you so much for joining me on my trip so far. Please like, share and subscribe to stay up to date with my progress as I continue to bike pack through South America.